Hi, Cindy Thompson here. I thought we'd talk a little bit today in my last video leading up to the release of my novel Sophia's Tune about what fiction has done for you, how fiction may have changed your life, inspired you, prompted you to do something different because of a story that you read. And I asked that question to a group on Facebook, a group of readers, and they told me I could share a couple of things that came to mind for them. For Cynthia, she said it's usually an inner thing, something that she discovers about herself that she wants to change, or she feels that God's telling her she needs to change. And that's how fiction has influenced her. Lucy told me that she's given books to others when they've inspired her, things that have touched her and changed her. And she says those are the books that she treasures the most. Carolyn said sometimes books have helped her to see life through someone else's eyes, or from walking in their shoes, so to speak. And thus that's given her more compassion for others. Peggy named a particular book called Safely Home. And after she read that book, she had a greater burden for the Chinese people. And that has caused her to do something. She's gone into her local community, her local college, and where she's met some Chinese students and struck up some relationships. And so that's an example of how fiction can prompt you to do something, to act on something. I know that I've read a lot of stories over the years that have made an influence on me in that way. And if you have and you want to share it, just go ahead and send me an email or leave a comment on this video and let me know. I also wanted to share with you quickly, George Barna did a survey about readers, and it was lots of different things about what people are reading, how many books people are reading, which is not nearly enough in my opinion, Americans, and he breaks it down by age group, by generation, which was really interesting. And that's a survey that had just come out recently. But one of the things about it, I'm trying to find it here on my computer so I can refer to it, but one of the things about it that I thought was really interesting was he asked why people read, which I think is really fascinating. He asked, why do you read? And he says when they pick up a book, Americans say they most often do so to read for pleasure. And I'm going to try and see if you can see that. I don't know if that'll show up on my screen. Why do people read? But they mostly read for pleasure, which is across all generations, the biggest part of that pie there, the reddish part. So I do believe that people like to read for pleasure, and they also like to get something out of what they read. I think they like fiction to prompt them to change, to do something different. But I'd like to hear what you think. And like I said, this is my last video before the release of Sophia's Tune. It releases on Sunday, November 1st. And I hope that you will all join me at my online launch party for Sophia's Tune. But even if you can't make that, I hope that you'll sign up for my newsletter. I'm giving away a bonus for people that sign up for my newsletter, something that was not published that came out of one of my books. And so if you check my website, cindyswriting.com, look over on the right hand side, and there is a form to fill out to sign up for my email newsletter. And so now I'm going to read to you the last little bit from Sophia's Tune. This is a scene where Antonio and Sophia and Antonio's dog Luigi are all on the trolley. The trolley bumped along the shadowy avenue as the riders shifted in unison. Not everyone has to deal with a family tragedy. He hoped sharing his hadn't made her shy away from him. Sophia was the one Benevento native he knew best. However, she had made it clear she could not help him. Finally, she spoke. I am so sorry to hear about your papa. That is a terrible thing to happen. Yes, thank you. You must miss him very much. I do. No one had ever suggested that Antonio might feel pain over the incident, not even the priest. It was as though feeling anything would be unmanly and weak. He blinked back to his own tears. I have had to adjust to being alone. He felt Luigi nudge his ankle. I have my dog, of course. And he is a good companion. She invited Lou onto her lap and nuzzled him under her chin. He likes you. And he had a way of lifting spirits, as he had just done for her. So that's just a taste of Sophia's Tune, which is coming out, and I hope that you will all enjoy it, the final book in the Ellis Island series.